This little drop here is known as Embassy Suite. We're gonna take a break and we might head back out pretty soon. That's right, R2. You have a good one. The LA train is like completely awesome. You see in there, not many hotels have that. All right, we're gonna take a pit stop. Well, I was gonna stop today. Today's Sunday, so they closed about an hour early. So we'll just schedule everything for tomorrow. Just continue on for this today. All right, Walmart. We'll see you later. Probably go back to Discount Tires. I usually use them anyway. I said they were open, but I didn't look at the fact that it was Sunday, so. Got ourselves a cool little classic. If you know the name of that type of car, look at the white walls, and also the guy's trying to pull in front of me right there. Look at the rims right there. It's a pretty cool one. Okay, since Walmart was closed, we're gonna take this opportunity to go back to South Lake, turn everything on. I was getting thrown out in Irving and all that stuff anyway. So we'll go back to South Lake, turn everything back on, and finish up the day-to-day. And then tomorrow, I'm probably going to plan to head by the shop, and we'll get tomorrow later. Let's worry about now, right now. Like we got some trees or tree limbs fell right in the middle of the road.
This Spanish one, really good bagel. I'm Pepe the Sailor Man, eat all my spinach bagels. I'm Pepe the Sailor Man, Pepe the Sailor Man, eat all my spinach.
So we ended up in South Lake Square and picking up at a place called Prest. It's also known as Prest Retail. Probably it's what's known as Prest Juice. This is the South Lake sign since 1956. That's how long it's been, the 76092, which they might as well make a movie like 901-210 or 90210. That's Prest right there, which is basically Prest juice. It's really popular in New York at one time. They got rid of them all because of COVID. They still have them in South Lake. It's vitamin C boost, different vitamins, things like that. So it's basically Prest juice. Real popular in New York now. It's popular here in the South. And Like I said, they might as well make a 90210, but call it 76092. It would probably work. It's about the same. So you can get 2 juices and 2 shots for only $20.50. And there's their vitamin C boost. So take on cold season with the ultimate selection of feel-good fluids and enjoy up to 618% of your daily vitamin C. It's like a bundle. So here is like some of their juices. You can get like greens, like a cucumber juice, celery, spinach, lemon and kale, parsley. Then you get wellness shots of ginger, lemon, cayenne, lemon, chamomile, green tea, lavender, got apple for energy, lemon, matcha, guarana, all of this stuff right here for vitality. And you got the elderberry too. Pretty crazy. You got one of those popular songs ever written, like playing over. So someone probably just bought like $350 worth of Prest juice. We're gonna be dropping it off at your door. So it looks like Southlake is actually having art in the square. You can see here on their banners where they get kind of artsy. Kids are playing, parents are getting ready to go and buy a bunch of loans. Well, they buy and trade loans is probably really what they do. If you know anything about Southlake, it's very financially wealthy. You can see these like flying fan things in the wind right over there. I don't know what that represents, but regardless, we're being thrown back to Euless. I just left Euless to try to stay in Southlake, so I'm borderline wanting to turn everything off and then head back into Southlake again, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, and this right here is like a central market right over here, and we'll be headed back pretty soon. Hopefully. We're headed to Euless right now. All right, Southlake, we'll see you again. Yeah, just that way right over there, we just passed a dead squirrel. It looked pretty bad. Let's just put it this way. The squirrel was missing an important part of its... it didn't really have much of a head anymore, but in my mind, I said, that's what you get for attacking Linda's car. No, I'm just joking. We're not against all the squirrels. By the way, if you go to my description, you'll notice that I do advertise Ash Cole. That's my pen name, which I also have many stories under that name as a writer on fan fiction and fiction press. So I used to write a whole lot. I really loved doing it. And my last big story was called the Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels. It's about a group of squirrels that have to return to the Mid-City Boulevard to scrape up one of their buddies called Nutty. His name was Nutty the Squirrel, because he didn't make it across the road, and they have to go back, scrape him up, and basically drag him back to their area of the woods, which is basically like a oak tree, to perform a burial of Nutty the Squirrel. It's a group of squirrels. I have to go back to get all the characters' names and everything, because I remember Nutty because he was the one that died. And they had like a real kind of bland names, like, I don't know, like John and Chuck and things like that. But I don't really remember their names right now. I'd have to go back and read it. I should know it. I should know their names. But if you were to remind me and read it, and remind me, oh, this squirrel's this name and all that stuff, because I do encourage people to read. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying you have to read. You could probably get through life maybe watching vlogs, and especially learning how to do stuff on YouTube. It's probably like a university. They'll probably have YouTube University where you can actually get a degree eventually, probably. Those certain professors and stuff will be hired to teach on YouTube. YouTube, basically, we'll eventually do that probably. But if you do read some of my literature, I do appreciate Mid-Cities Boulevard Squirrels. It is a children's story in a way. It is written for adults too. There's a cat in it, and they have to run from the cat. They go to these sprinklers, and they stand inside the water of the sprinkler so that protects them from the cat. I think it's a regular, like, you know, Disney possible pickup. You know, Disney approached me one time about one of my screenplays a long time ago, but it reminds me a lot. My Native American grandfather, Papa Joe, who passed away a long time ago, took us to a movie. My sister and I went to a movie called The Venturers, or The Adventurers. Anyway, it was about these rodents of some sort that get kind of tugged around by on this leaf, and this dragonfly tugs them around like almost like a one of those boats that you would see in Louisiana, you know, those kinds of things. I want to say it was The Adventurers or The Venturers or something like that. I have to look it up. It's been so long. But anyway, he took us to go see that, the Disney film. And I guess I kind of was inspired to write the Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels from that kind of aspect. And if I do a sequel, I hope I do, because I see a lot of squirrels on the road and stuff. It all starts with the burial of Nutty. And it's not very long. It's mostly a children's story. Whoops, gotta go this way. Zone 202. And I really do like it. So just check it out, see what you think. Leave me a comment. If you're another writer, you like to write, check out my fiction press under Ash Cole, ASHCOLE. And see what you think about the Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels. And we'll be turning on East Mid-Cities Boulevard. I want to say one of the squirrels in my children's story was named Johnny. I'm pretty sure. Or it could be in the sequel. There's definitely going to probably be a sequel to the East Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels. That could be possible sequel. Of course, the original is just Mid-Cities Boulevard Squirrel. Or I'm sorry, Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels. It's about a group of squirrels. And one of them is actually a female squirrel who likes to complain a lot, especially about going back and retrieving Nutty and doing the whole burial. But she finds the motivation and the meaning and the purpose to bury their lost, dead squirrel Nutty, who did not make it across the road. And bit it. That's how it opens. They're talking about Nutty's tail, what Nutty's expression looked like when the car ran over him, and how the second car hit him as well, and that he did not make it. So it does start off, you know, like many children's stories, with some violence, you know. I mean, think of the children's songs, you know. London Bridge is Falling Down, that's about violence. Ring Around the Posies, more violence. Witches kicking children in the oven. It's not a song, but it's definitely a children's story. I don't think Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels is violent compared to London Bridge is Falling Down. But regardless, I mean, look at Harry Potter. That's a children's story. There's all kinds of violence going on in that. You just don't really see it all. I mean, it's not Full Metal Jacket, but it is, you know, Harry Potter, you know, doing weird things with a broom. Regardless, Mid-City Boulevard Squirrels is something I am proud of, and we'll be turning on East Mid-City Boulevard. And we will be watching for squirrels. Now, squirrels represent a lot of things, and I'm just, you know, I'm a writer that knows these things. They've represented many things. Some say even prostitutes. They say, you know, people that are squirrely or neurotic. Sometimes even squirrels represent artists. Squirrels represent a lot of things throughout the time. They have representation of other type of occupations. But anyway, this is about a group of squirrels that have to go back, and they're near a peanut farm. Now, there are no real peanut farms around here, so that's kind of me using my imagination. But there are places where they sell peanuts. And there may, you know, there possibly could be maybe a peanut farm anywhere around there, but they have just come from a peanut farm, and Nutty was just lagging, and boom, he got hit, and then by another car, and that was it. Then his friends go back and scrape him up, and a cat comes along to try to get him. and they have to run to these sprinkler systems, and they run on top of a sprinkler that's sprinkling water everywhere, and the squirrel jumps on top of it, or the group of squirrels jump in the center of it to scare the cat. Oh, look, Irby the bug right there. And they escape the cat, and they're able to bring Nutty's body back to the oak tree and perform the burial. And there's monologues and all kinds of stuff. It's you know, it's basic literature for children or even for adults at times.